I had to put my sweater back on because normally if I'm not making one of these videos, like I shit naked because I have the overwhelming desire to like not have clothes on, even though I'm wearing socks because it's like 28 degrees, or it was this morning, and like I fucking hate socks, but I haven't taken them off yet. I did take the shoes off though because I don't like those either. Anyway, so real quick snippet on my grandmother I talked about last time with the dementia that's way worse than I thought it was. I don't know if I ever like mentioned this last time in the video about my grandma, but when she left the Thanksgiving thing, it was me and John and my aunt and her man standing there. And as soon as my grandmother left, she was like, she's gotten really bad. And I was like, yeah, it was like 2 weeks after my birthday. I was like, yeah, she didn't remember my birthday this year. I was like, but that's okay. You know, like, I turned 38. I don't give a shit. Like, it's 38th birthday. What am I going to do? Get drunk and wait for the apocalypse? I don't care that she forgot my fucking birthday. So anyway, this past Sunday, my aunt called me because she's in town. She doesn't live here. She lives like 4 hours away. But she's in town until like Friday. And she called me and asked if John and I wanted to go eat lunch at this local Italian place that I guess it's always my like grandmother's favorite Italian restaurant, and I guess my aunt loves it too. And like pretty much everybody in my family gets the same thing on the menu. I used to get it. I just was not feeling it Sunday. Not that it matters what I ordered, but anyway, I was like, sure, yeah, we'll come eat with you, whatever. And she like pulled out a check and she was like, I mentioned it to your grandmother here, you know, here's your check for your birthday. And I was like, you literally did not have to do that. I do not care. Like it was not an issue for me. You know, she's old as shit. I understand that. That's fine. You know, I don't care. So after that, my aunt went back to her Christmas shopping because she lives like, on the other side of the state, like up in the mountains, the hills. Basically, we don't have like huge mountains, but they're like the oldest mountain range in North America. So like, she lives up in the mountains. Anyway, and we went out to my dad's house, he lives in the second original house for our family out there. It's this old stone house. It's like 100 years old. Anyway, he lives in it. And at that Thanksgiving, I asked my dad if he had any firewood cut and could we come steal some, because I was fresh out for this year. I hadn't stocked up yet, and I was like, you got something I can just gonna like have instead of like buying it? He's like, yeah, I got all kinds cut, just come get it, whatever you want. So we drove out there, and my dad had apparently like, he wasn't home. He'd been at we have, how far away is that? I don't know. Anyway, we've got like 80 acres of deer land up the road, about an hour and 20, I don't know. And apparently he had shot a deer that morning, and there's no like phone service up there or anything. So I didn't know that he was like out of town. I don't keep up with when deer season is, what era of deer season it is, whatever. Because they've got like muzzleloader season, they've got like regular season, they've got like, I don't know, shoot things to the bow. And I don't hunt. I don't care. Anyway, so my dad didn't answer the phone. So when we had lunch with my aunt, she was like, oh yeah, he killed a deer this morning and he's supposed to be taking it for processing, but I don't know if he's coming back or if he's going back up to where we hunt. And so when we got out to the farm, my dad's truck was there and his car was there too. And I was like, well, he likely did not take the car up there. He probably took the truck, and the truck is here. And so he's got to be here. But I went in on his like back porch, and his back door was locked. And I don't have a key to it because the house is like 100 years old. If I wanted to get into it, I'd just have to like turn it really hard and get into it probably. But I wasn't going to disturb him. I was like, oh, well, the truck's here. He's probably asleep or taking a shower or whatever. Or he could be across the road at my grandparents' house. So we pulled across the road to see if he was there, to let him know that I was like, hey, I'm taking some of your wood before you think some of your like tweaker-y friends came and stole it. Since you already told me I could have it. Just wanted to let you know. And my grandmother was outside, and with her new little dog that she has, she got a new little like 2-year-old dog she adopted from somebody whose owner had died. They don't need it because, like I said, she's 82, my papa is 88. But she got this dog because in her head, for some reason, she thinks that my grandpa, when he was young, had a Jack Russell. And she has always wanted to give him another one. And I'm like, you know how many years you had to give him one? He's 88, and you got him a 2-year-old Jack Russell. I don't know. Y'all know how wild them motherfuckers are? You know how wild them motherfuckers are? They're fucking wild. They're all over the fucking place. Like, they're so wild that my 90-something pound dog would not get out of my truck because that dog was on the ground. And that dog, once it jumped up on my little, like, step up into the truck, what are the foot rails, whatever things are called, I can't remember what they're called, jumped up into my truck. My dog jumped in the back seat. I had to drag him out of that truck to get him away from that dog, just because that dog wanted to sniff his asshole, because dogs are fucking assholes. He was so afraid of that fucking dog. Anyway, long story short, we go inside, and my grandmother, like, immediately disappears, like, back to her bedroom or whatever. And she comes out, and she's, like, waving some money in my face. She was like, I forgot your birthday. I'm so sorry. I was like, no. You wrote me a check this morning. Cindy gave it to me. We had lunch with her earlier. It's my Aunt Cindy. And, I was like, no. Like, I'm not going to, like, hit you twice for, you know, I'm not going to do that to my grandma. Like, who's going to be, like, deceptive to their grandma? Let me take that back. I know people who have been deceptive to their grandmas. I was married to an asshole who did that bullshit. I do not do that, because that's just, like, a fucked up thing to do. Like, who deceives their grandma? Mine I call grandmother, because she was an English teacher, and she insisted that I call her grandmother, and she's grandmother to this fucking day, and she will be grandmother every day for the rest of my life, and for the rest of my daughter's life, too, like, because that's what she calls her, too. But I'm not going to deceive my grandmother, okay? Like, that's fucked up. So I was like, no. Your daughter already brought me the check that you wrote this morning. So we sat there and visited for a little bit. Her dog, which is like 20 pounds, is freaking my 90-pound dog out the entire time. They play a little bit, and then, like, yeah, whatever. Anyway. Side note, my grandfather, who's 88, bought a golf cart because he was going to get a side-by-side, but they were too tall for him to step up into. So he came home with a golf cart. My grandmother hates it. She thinks it's the ugliest thing ever. It's a gas-powered golf cart. It has, like, the plastic cover thing on it so you can stay warm. And a side note off of that is that little dog they adopted is a runner. Now, they've got a lot of land, but, I mean, it's also a country road, so that dog has taken off a couple times. So my grandmother got one of those, like, or somebody, I don't know who, bought one of those collars that is like the perimeter collar. So, like, if they step outside the perimeter, it'll shock them. So this, which is kind of horrifying to me. Like, don't shock me if I step too far, because I will shock you further. But anyway, so they bought him one of these to, like, one of those collars, I guess, to teach him, like, where his boundaries are. And I'm not going to say anything to my grandmother, because my grandmother's losing her mind. But, the dog has figured out, like, he'll stop about 10 feet before that parameter is. Like, he has learned it. So anyway, going back to my grandfather bought this golf cart. He decided he was going to take this dog out with him on the golf cart and drive down the driveway to the mailbox. Completely forgetting the fact, because they've raised dogs my entire life. They used to raise dogs. They don't anymore. But they used to breed like show Cocker Spaniels and stuff. Like, beautiful fucking dogs. So my grandpa puts his dog on the golf cart. They've never had one of these shot fences before. That didn't exist back then. And he just drives it down to the mailbox so he can get the mail and the newspaper or whatever, not even thinking about the fact that this dog is getting shocked like every 30 seconds. Oh, when he was telling us the story, he was like, I screwed up so bad, y'all, but it didn't yelp one time. I don't know if the rubber tires on the golf cart grounded it and it didn't shock him or what. He was like, he didn't yelp at all. But as soon as I remembered it, I turned back around and took him up there, and then I went and got the damn mail. I was like, I'm not laughing at you, but old people. And the funny thing is, like, my grandpa's all there. He just, he can't hear shit. And he has has a hearing aid, but he refuses to wear it. Like, he's like, nah, I'd rather just, like, be deaf to the world, because fuck y'all. I've never heard my grandpa say a cuss word, and it's like, he might have said shit, like, 1 or 2 times down in the fields or something, when he, like, you know, slammed something on his finger or whatever, but it's, yeah, anyway, it's hilarious to me. Anyway, maybe I'll be on that. My daughter had a car accident on the interstate Sunday, and we were waiting for the police report because they were trying to decide fault, but the way I heard that it happened is that someone hit somebody in the left lane, and by the time she noticed that they were stopped, she didn't have time to stop, and she slammed into the back of the car that hit the first car. Luckily, she is okay. Everything is good. But she has a vanity plate on her car that she's had since she got, the same grandparents I was just talking about bought her this car brand new in December 2021. It was a 2022, brand new, had 2 miles on it, was drove off the lot. But she had a vanity plate. It was her name with a number 2 at the end. So, when I was discussing whether or not she was visiting her boyfriend, like 4 hours away across the state, he lives over there, and it happened like over there, like 10 minutes from his house. So she said that her boyfriend's dad went and cleaned out her car today, right down to the very last damn chapstick. He got everything, every piece of straw, paper I dropped on the floor, whatever. I was like, did he get your plates? She's like, yeah, I'm going to hang them on my wall. She was not aware that you could, like, transfer the plates to your like, if you buy a new vehicle, she wasn't aware you could transfer plates. So, she came up with the dumbest, corniest dad joke. Like, it's not that she came up with it, just came out of her. She was like, oh, I'm not going to hang them on my wall, then. This will be a true, her name, 2. So, anyway, I had to go car shopping around Christmas, or whenever they figure out whose fault it is, and they send her the check for whatever her car was worth, which it's got to be pretty substantial, because that thing wasn't very old, and all it did was crush the front. But, anyway, other than that, I had a pretty chill Thanksgiving. Oh, John did get pulled over for going 76 and a 55. That was fun. Didn't get a ticket, though. He just got a warning, so worked out. That was on Thanksgiving Day, but anyway, just thought I'd give you a little check-in. I think I, like, began this with, like, a plan of, like, sort of like a synopsis of what I was going to say, and then, like, it just disappeared because, A, this is my 4th beer, and B, I want to go put on sweatpants and not be here anymore. So, happy Tuesday.